Hello, hello, Transformation team. We're here again Monday with the challenge of the week. And I remind you that in previous weeks, we have talked about the anti-hair full pack. We have talked about the fat burner CLA 500. We have talked about the Nutrilite fiber powder. And that today we're going to be talking about our fragrance product line. I'm going to tell you a personal story. And I remember that when we were introduced to the business, we actually traveled to Colombia, and my brother-in-law, he had recently started building his amway business, and we traveled for Christmas. And for Christmas, obviously, he was giving out Amway products as gifts. And he gave me, for a present, he gave me one of the Amway fragrances. And I remember, I opened it and I smelled it and I said, oh, it smells really good. But in my mind, it wasn't associated with what I had, which was the what we buy in shopping centers. So even though I liked it, I left it there. I packed my bags. I came back from the UK and I left my fragrance. When I was here in London, one of the first product trainings that we were given was about our fragrance line. And it was a young lady that she was sent from our the prestigious French manufacturer that actually manufactures Amway fragrances, which is one of the most prestigious in the whole of the world. Amway only partners with the very best, 250 years experience. And she was talking about all the advantages and everything that our fragrances had, about concentration levels, about all the other brands that they manufacture for. And that was like, wow, how can I get my fragrance back? And eventually I managed to get it back to the UK. But since then, I've been using them passionately. I've been promoting them and making a business out of them. Now, today, I'm going to be sharing just a little bit about what is here for you, how you can make the most, and the challenges for you to obviously try them, obviously promote them, and make money with your business. So before I get started, I wanted to share this fragrance wheel because we all have different likes. We all have different preferences. Like some people like the oriental notes, woody notes, floral notes. Personally, I'm more inclined towards citrusy, towards fresher smells. However, there's people who cannot stand it. And I'm going to be sharing in our fragrance line which ones we have, which ones are which, so that you can be guided and so that you can know which one to choose. So the fresher ones are the more citrusy one, the more fresher ones. The floral ones are some of the more sweeter ones. That's the floral ones. The oriental and the woody, they are more sophisticated. They are more luxurious in such. And that I'm just going to be talking about the concentration levels, because when you have a scented soap, it's usually 2 to 4%, which is usually the same amount for an aftershave or a splash or even a cologne. They have about 2 to 4% concentration of the actual fragrance or the actual smell. Actually, body creams or lotions, they have 3 to 4%. Eau de toilettes, which are the most common ones that we buy on the high street, they contain from 4 to 8%. And eau de perfume, they have from 8 to 15%. They are usually very expensive and they are not very common. However, they are the longer lasting and the better ones. Let me tell you that in our portfolio, most of our fragrances are eau de perfume. So eau de perfume, they last, as you can see here, well over 8 hours. So they will last you for the whole day. You just need to apply it properly. I'm going to teach you how to apply it later. Eau de toilette, it lasts around 4 to 7 hours. Depending on the quality, of course, and the mist. We actually have a mist in our portfolio. This is not made or is not intended to last the whole day. It's more intended to give you some freshness. So this one will last from around 2 to 3 hours. And the first one, I actually have them all. I love them. I love them. This is the Flora Chic. This is the perfume or the fragrance from Artistry, is the most prestigious that we have. And as you can see on the third paragraph, it says that is made by the prestigious fragrance house Givaudan. Is French. It has 250 years experience, and it creates some of the world's most sought after scents. So it is great and it's awesome. It is just a work of art. The Artistry Flora Chic. It is Awesome. Let's continue with our mist, wistful mist. And as you can see, it has 3 different smells. Now, the way that you need to use your fragrances or your scents is wear it on your at the back of your ears or by your neck, by your joints, either for your arms or your legs, because it's kind of warmer there, and because of the heartbeats, it generates a more powerful scent. So when you first apply it, which is probably in the first 2 minutes, it will smell like orangey, lemon, and nectarine, because that's when most of the alcohol stays in there, and it starts getting the actual and the most important note, which is the middle one. This is the longer lasting one. This is actually the real scent. And then when it's just finishing, which is the dry down, is just at the end of the life. So I recommend you, when you apply it, don't rub your hands, because you'll be interfering with the natural smell, and that you will be you will not be making the most of it. So just apply it, give it some air so that it can work as is intended to do. Let's continue. 2 of the eau de perfumes for ladies is the Ancestry and the Ancestry in Paris. Let's talk further about them. These are more sophisticated, more woody, more luxurious. The Ancestry one, of course, and this is the Ancestry in Paris. Personally, this is my very, very, very best. This is the one that I promote the most, and it's awesome. You can never go wrong with an Amway fragrance. I absolutely assure you. It's not only for yourself, but also for your team, and also for you to give out as gifts and to promote it to your customers. These are the ones for men. As I said, I have them all. I even have some that are not in the UK, but I get it from Latin America. The one that I like the most is this one. This is my favorite one, more sophisticated. This is the one that I prefer. It says that it's very sophisticated, but in a way, I kind of feel it that is the right mixture in between luxurious and between sportsy. The next one is the Opportune Sport. This one is actually much more sportier, is much fresher. And then last but not least, we have the Him. The Him, this is a very manly fragrance, and it's got highly concentrated fragrance oil, and it will last longer on the skin, as it says. So I massively recommend you guys that you try them, that you use them, that you make the most of them, and that you make a business out of it. I remember some time ago, I was told the story. I was actually introduced to this young man in an event in Spain. He's the top seller in the whole of Europe for fragrances, and that his technique is that he actually wears the ladies' perfumes, the ladies' fragrances, and that he's very charismatic, and that he goes and he has a goal of how many he has to sell a day, and he has them in his backpack, and he goes meeting people, hey, hello, and he hugs people, and that it's very women are very curious, and they are the ones that that buy the most and say, oh, you smell really nice. They understand and they realize that it's a lady's fragrance and say, oh, yes, I actually represent and I have a business where I distribute some of the most exclusive fragrances in the world. You cannot get them anywhere else. And this is what I'm actually wearing right now. And people, exclusive, you represent that, you smell really good. I can see the way that you look. And he makes a lot of sales. And he decided to focus his business on the fragrances, good for him, and he's very successful. So my idea today and my invitation is not only that you use them, but that you make the most of this line for your business. Thank you very much. I hope I added value, and I hope that you learned something new, and I hope that you go and start using your fragrances. Goodbye, guys. See you next week. See you next Monday.